So in inverses, I want you to understand how to do these slightly more complicated problems. They follow the exact same steps as finding inverses in the easier problems we've already done. But I think a lot of people get a little hung up in the algebra in these. So I wanted to show you an example or two of these to understand how to do the process. And those of you who like algebra a lot will probably really like these once you learn how to do them. So we are supposed to find f inverse of x. Okay, so remember that our steps were to switch the x and the y. So remember, this would be y. So y equals 3x plus 4 divided by 2x minus 3. So we switch the x and the y. So this is x equals, and then notice that it's 3y plus 4 over 2y minus 3. We have two y's because originally we had two x's. So you'll notice this original function is this more complicated rational function. So, that's when you're going to need to use all these steps. Okay, so now our next step, and really to finish the problem, we have to solve for the new y. Notice right now there's two new y's, so that isn't a good answer for us, okay? So what we're going to do first is multiply both sides by this denominator. So 2y minus 3, because we definitely don't want a y in the denominator. Like, I know there's two y's, sure, but really that y in the denominator is our first problem. Okay, so multiply both sides by 2y minus 3. That's how we get rid of the y in the denominator. We're going to get rid of that entire denominator. So on this side, we have x times 2y minus 3, and on this side we have 3y plus 4. Okay, now this is the part that gets a little complicated. We're going to multiply the x into the problem, okay? We're going to do that this time because if we divide both sides by x, now we just have this side of the problem with an x in the denominator. We just got rid of fractions. We really don't want fractions if we don't have to have them. So multiply the x in. So you get 2yx minus 3x. And that's going to be equal to 3y plus 4. Okay? Remember, your goal is solving for y. Okay? So that means you see a term here with y in it and a term here with y in it. You want to get those both together on the left side. So leave this one, 2yx, and then move this one over, so minus 3y, and then move this one this way. So this term is going this way, and this term is going this way because it doesn't have a y in it. So this would be 3x, and then leave the 4 plus 4. So I'm really just moving these terms because I want all the y terms on one side. So notice that here is a y term, and here is a y term. Okay, so my next step then is to pull that y out the front. So that is a GCF of y, okay? So left in this side then is 2x minus 3. That's probably the key to the problem, so really make note of doing that step. Once you have all the y's on one side, factor the y out the front, okay? It's a GCF factor. This side is still 3x plus 4. Okay, now it's y times these things. So to get y by itself, just divide both sides by 2x minus 3. Okay, on this side, it will cancel it out. So this will be y equals, and then on this side, it'll just be 3x plus 4 divided by 2x minus 3. Almost like magic, right? Algebra magic. Because now we have two x's and they're on the correct side, and the y is by itself. Okay, so that was our whole goal with this. So our f inverse of x is equal to 3x plus 4 divided by 2x minus 3. So we're not going to have to graph that or anything, just to solve it. So again, I think that's probably fun for my algebra people. All right, let's do just one more practice of those just to solidify that process in your mind. So, I want you to make sure you can understand it. So let's do, okay, let's do f inverse of x is equal to 2x plus 3 divided by x plus 2. Okay, so same process. We want to write this as y equals 2x plus 3 divided by x plus 2. Switch the x and the y. X equals 2y plus 3 divided by y plus 2. Okay, now the rest is our algebra solving the problem. So we want to get this y plus 2 out of the denominator by multiplying both sides times y plus 2. Next, this side is x times y plus 2. This side is 2y plus 3. Okay, that next step is kind of the weird one. Multiply the x into the y plus 2. So xy plus 2x equals 2y plus 3. Okay, now collect the y terms on the left and move the x terms and the numbers, anything that doesn't have a y, over to the right. So that is xy minus 2y equals negative 2x plus 3. The order doesn't matter on that. If you have 3 minus 2x, that's fine too. All right, now you have to remember, what are you doing? Okay, you are trying to solve for y. So here are the two y's. So you're going to GCF factor them out the front. So if you divide y out of both these terms, you're left with x minus 2. On this side, you have negative 2x plus 3 still. Okay, then divide both sides by x minus 2 to get the y by itself. So y, see if I can fit this, equals negative 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. Final, we may have to write it in inverse notation. So f inverse of x equals negative 2x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. If you have one of these type of problems, or really any inverse problems on a quiz, you can count on having to show your work of how you got the inverse on those problems.